Welcome to Blynd Submyshynz, where DIY bands submit songs for us to listen to and react blind. Every week we'll bring a guest from the underground music, arts, or entertainment scene to help you sort through mountains of new music. We go in blind so you don't have to. Blynd Submyshynz. All right, so this week we have the wonderful Andrew Hill from Mountain Tamer. Is going to join us in just a minute here to talk a little bit about Mountain Tamer, what they're up to, and also to listen to some music with us.
How their name got longer.
Why? Yeah, we can talk. We can talk about the official name. So what's new with you? I know we just actually
you just spent the last 5 nights with me.
I know.
Well, not me. I mean, not.
It's fine. No,
you know,
that would be okay.
Who cares if we did? No, we just spent the last 4 nights together. Our families finally, after 6 months
of no vacations, took our first official vacation. Notably music-wise, I listened to a lot of Tower of Power, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. In honor of their bass player Rocco Prestia, who passed away last week. What else? What did we listen to? We were up in Tahoe.
We were driving the girls around, the younger girls around most of the time. So I got a very in-depth lesson of Harry Styles.
Nice.
I liked it.
Yeah, no,
the guy's talented, man.
Yeah, look,
I really liked it.
As a dad who's got a bunch of money sunk into Harry Styles tickets for a show that has been postponed until who knows when. I've listened to it a bit too. I really dug the first album. The second album's not terrible, but it's I think he's figuring out his own style. The first album, he was really kind of exploring his influences, and you can hear some strong Fleetwood Mac, some Beck. I don't know. I heard all kinds of stuff. The Beatles. I mean, he definitely is a musician and knows good music. So
yeah, for sure.
Of all the things you could be forced to listen to,
I think you'll have to hold on to 4 of those tickets.
Not the worst.
Sell them to me.
Yeah. Well,
I think we now want to go.
All right.
You already sold them.
No.
It's all good.
We might have a few. I do know. So we went on a nice medium-long mountain bike ride, and it was a pain in the ass. And I'm super out of riding shape. And we went the extended route and ended up with this it doesn't sound that much. It was 200 or 300 foot climb, but I think it was in 200 or 300 feet.
Oh, it was. Yeah.
Yeah. But I had music on random, and right at the top of the climb, we came to this sweet single track section, and Intronaut's first album came on.
Oh, nice.
It was on shuffle, and it was like the perfect music for going down that single track.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
It's good stuff.
I did not have my headphones on that ride. I wish I did.
No, yeah.
But, I mean, I do have. I have a cycling playlist that I put on usually when we go mountain biking.
Yeah. That was a clutch, and I wasn't listening to it other than just right when we got to the top of that hill, and we're about to go down.
You needed it
because I was muttering, "What the fuck, JD?"
Yeah, I know.
No, it was great. It was a killer ride. Anyways, that has nothing to do with music exactly.
No.
But what does have to do with music is our lovely guest, Andrew Hill. So let's go ahead and bring him in. Here, let's give him a little.
Whoa!
Yo. All right.
Get a little music sting. What's up, man?
Yo, how's it going?
How's it going?
Long time no see. I think the last time I actually saw you in person was what, March or April last year?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
The tour back from South by Southwest.
That was 2018 with Salem's Bend. Yeah, I think so.
Oh, well, my brain is shot.
Maybe it was after. Maybe
no, it was. We were. Remember, we were in Texas.
Or was
we were?
Oh, it was. Yeah, you're right. It was.
Yeah.
It was in Texas, I think.
Yep, I came and saw you guys in Houston.
Yeah.
You crashed out. We had Cajun food.
Yeah, we got Cajun food at like 4:30 in the morning.
It was very late. Yeah. No,
oh my God, it was so good. That place was like turned up too. There was like
it was
4 couples arguing outside when we got there. And it was crazy, dude. That was really good. Yeah. Okay, that must have been. I guess that was last year or something.
Yeah, it was last year.
Time is. Yeah, it's hard to. It's hard to keep track of time anymore. Yeah. Oh, this is Cholo.
The second guest. Cholo? Is that
yeah.
what you said?
Come here, Cholo. They want to say hi to you.
Hello, Cholo.
He's in his box. He'll stay in his box.
Oh, sick. What's up, Cholo? Does Cholo like music?
Yeah, he does. He grew up. We found him when I don't know if you ever came down to LA when we all lived in a warehouse. We like got this warehouse when we moved from Santa Cruz.
Oh, I remember.
That's when you first moved down.
I didn't go in there, but no.
Yeah, a couple of it was pretty wild. And we lived there for a couple of years, and we found him outside. Like he was like living under the taco truck. It was like this big. And so he's like super used to music. He'll sit next to a drum set while it's being played. Like he's pretty crazy. He's pretty
sick,
punk rock
actually.
cat. Yeah. My other cat is not though. He hates guitars. Hey, stop it, dude.
Yeah, there's we're at JD's house, and there are a bunch of cats in this house.
Oh yeah.
This is a bit of
Oh
a cat
nice.
house.
Yeah.
I love cats, dude. I love dogs too, but cats are easier to leave and go on tour with.
Yes.
With someone
Indeed.
else.
Somebody just needs to drop by every 4 or 5 days, put some
Yeah.
food in their bowl.
Scoop the litter. Okay, stop.
Unless you have one of those road dogs like Jerry from Great Electric Quest has a big fat pit bull named Meatball.
Oh,
and Meatball
yeah.
just goes everywhere with them, and he's just like, fifth member of the band.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Someday. I also live in LA. I don't have a backyard. Like I don't want to do that to a dog. Like
Yeah, I know that.
I want him to have his
no good.
backyard. Yeah, and it's like 100 degrees, like 30% of the year here. I can't walk him in the daytime, so it's not a great place for a dog.
Killer. So, hey, talk to us a little bit as you take a sip there about your background in music, when and how you got started, and your current band, Mountain Tamer, and the evolution from the 6-letter name to the fully spelled out Mountain Tamer that we
Yes.
that see today.
we changed it up. I mean, I've been playing music since I was like 11 or 12. Like my mom's sang in a choir my whole life, and my brother has been playing drums, and he like started playing drums, and like 6 months later I was like, I'm gonna get a guitar or something. And then I met Dave. I'd known Dave since my whole entire life, our bass player. And so we started our first band together in like middle school. It was like a shitty punk band. And then
That's how
we
everybody
started
starts, right?
Yeah, the good ones, in my opinion. It keeps you humble. And then we started Mountain Tamer, like it's almost 10 years. In 2000, next year, like the beginning of next year, it'll be 10 years, which is like
that's
fucking crazy. Yeah, it is crazy, dude. It's like went by really fast. I can't believe we're still the same band. We've never broke up, or
all
even
three
like
same original members.
same dudes. Yeah.
Awesome.
I met Casey in high school, and and like right after we graduated, basically it was like we had started this band. My bands, I had 2 other bands that had broken up. Dave's band broke up. It kind of just like worked, and then I don't know why and how we've lasted this long. There's just no rhyme or reason, but we love each other. I think we just like care about each other, and it's been a long road. We're pretty weird dudes, and our music definitely reflects that. And for a while, it wasn't super cohesive with being a successful band, but we like
You figured
kind
it
of
out.
just we've trimmed the fat over the years. I think that like right now is definitely like the moment we've been working towards.
So I just finished my like 5th playthrough of the full record, and we'll talk a little bit about that, because I definitely noticed that. And I also know that you guys are weird, riding in a car with you from Houston to Austin, and playing shows with you in different places. I can attest to that fact. You guys came in last minute to fill the like 1 a.m. slot at the first Beers in Hell festival that we threw in San Jose, right?
You called us at like 10 or 9 or something. We lived in Santa Cruz, and you're like, you guys on? We're like, fuck yeah, dude. We were sitting around. We were at a bar or something. Like, we were like, let's go. Yeah.
And what you can expect if you once we're back to live music, or if you dig into the new record or the back catalog, is just like a frenetic Space Jam, increasingly tighter structured songs, and I think a little bit heavier. Certainly at least a couple of tracks on this record. Rita's a lot heavier to me.
I appreciate that.
And so much fun. I mean, this guy can he's got legs. He can jump like 6 feet in the air with the guitar. There are some really killer shots that Wolfgang took, I think, when we were in El Paso, that are just rad. And there's another one I remember of you just looking like you're floating. He caught you at like just the perfect moment, so you're like standing straight with nothing under you.
Dude, Wolfgang is like, he should be way more well known as a photographer than he is, I think. He mostly does skate stuff, but like his band photography is so cool, and like He makes me look so badass. Like,
oh, the like 12 the 12 pictures I think or so that we got from him from the couple sets he shot are still my favorite action shots of us of all time. So
oh dude, we still we use his live shots like for years, like honestly, like until he takes a better one, like honestly, like for like press kits and shit. Like he's he's definitely my favorite like live photographer.
So what have you been, how has this whole shelter in place business been treating you? What have you been doing to stay busy, and what are you listening to?
I mean, I've been recording myself, and I bought like some semi decent gear, and like I'd recently moved right at the beginning. I moved like right at the beginning of quarantine, like literally like a week before lockdown happened in LA. Me and my girlfriend got our own spot. I had roommates. I lived with the band for ever, and then me and my girlfriend were kind of jumping from spot to spot for a long time with roommates, and then we finally found a spot, and with an extra room, so I set up into a studio, bought some mics, and I've been doing all this demoing and like kind of just trying to figure out, I don't know, like new types of music. I've been challenging myself trying to make like beats. I'm really into like hip hop, so I like to like just try and learn that. It's a very humbling experience. Like I'm pretty far. I bought Logic like a year and a half ago, and I still don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, and that's it's a simple ass program too. Like, I'm learning. I can make my guitar sound good. I can record vocals, but like programming beats, man, and there's a lot more to it than people think.
Yeah, I mean,
production.
I consider myself to be a relatively technical person. I'm pretty good with computers and stuff, but man, get me with the DAW and audio interface and mapping inputs and outputs, and I just feel like an idiot. So, but we finally did get it worked out to record the podcast. So
yeah, Casey is the opposite of me. Like I'm really I could be technical, but like I have this like irrational. I don't even want to call it irrational anymore, but I have this like thought that I'm like cursed with technology. Like everything I touch that's electronic like somewhat breaks the second I touch it. Like it's super weird, dude. Like everything I touch. But Casey's like the opposite. Like he can just like learn a program and like that, like super easy. He does, he'll go on YouTube and like 2 hours later he's like learning Ableton or Logic. It doesn't matter. Like he's like, so it's good to have that that close to home.
Like that. Yeah, and also this record, as with your last record, engineered and produced by Bobby from Salem's Bend. It's nice to have people in your back pocket like that who like know how all this shit works and you can work with.
Yeah, so. Dave lives with Bobby, so it's like,
oh, he does.
Yeah, and that's why like we jam there, so it's just like kind of like going home. Like the first one he did was literally at our warehouse, so I was like in my pajamas the whole day, like every day recording, which is like the best. Like being relaxed is like really like the most crucial thing. Like how you're feeling when you're tracking.
Yeah.
Like
isn't that why every studio has like just the deepest, oldest, leatheriest, grossest couches?
Yeah.
Just sink into.
I always end up sitting like this. Yeah. I'm like sitting every time I'm mixing. It always ends like 3 hours in. I'm like
peeling off.
Yeah, definitely.
We recorded the last record at Sharkbite in Oakland, kind of a legendary.
Oh, that studio's sick.
Studio, right? With the board that old board that supposedly mixed the wall.
Yeah.
And Billy Anderson came down from Portland to record it, and Billy's like got a ton of energy. He's like a super energy guy, but when he's recording, he's super focused. And so we were all chill, but for some reason Carl decided that he should like sit in the couch right in front of the console and just like frenetically play acoustic guitar. And Billy was like, "You got to make him stop. You got to make him stop. He's driving me crazy."
Oh man, Bobby is like so fucking cool and collected like all the time, and like even like he jokes a lot. Like he like totally gets our sense of humor, which is like a little abrasive to certain people, but like you can tell. I've known him long enough that I kind of tell when he's
annoyed,
like come on guys, but he'll still just be like, hey, like yep. It's like I've never seen him mad. I've never seen him like never not just like all right, like just in like the best mood,
tapping that foot.
Yeah, and I'm the polar opposite of that. Like if I'm in a bad mood, you'll immediately be aware of it, and everyone in the room will be aware of it, and then I'll like feel really bad about it like 20 minutes later and like apologize. But yeah.
That's fine. Well, that cat is having a nice little walk around there.
Oh, he's like, yeah, he always needs to just be. Oh, everyone needs to be aware of his place.
That
What are
he
you doing,
Also
bud?
does not want to
Yeah.
fuck with it now.
That's funny. All right. So we're going to talk a little bit more about the new record, Psychosis Ritual, after we listen to some Blynd Submyshynz. But I actually wanted to kick off by talking a little bit about a musician who meant a lot to me, who passed away, I think it was about 5 days ago. Rocco Prestia was the bass player for Tower of Power.
Mm-hmm.
And, I grew up in the Bay Area. I was born in the early 70s. Tower of Power was a fixture around here. They were always playing somewhere. They recorded a million albums with a ton of different people, but Rocco was always there. And he developed, over time, a style of bass playing that I began to understand was a kind of a collaboration between him and the drummer, right, Dave? And that's how I work, right? Every band I've ever been in, my bass playing style is formed around the drummer's play style too. To me, they're like intricately locked. And man, the drummer came up with this idea of this like running 16th note that was always like a drone in the background of a Tower of Power song, and then the little runs that were structured around it, and then he would play fills around the 16th note runs, and that stuff is burned into my brain. And it's also really hard to do. Like those 16th note runs that he does, in perfect time are incredible. And there are tons of good examples of it, but might as well just go with the best and most obvious, which is a song called What Is Hip. After a little bit of technical difficulties, we are back in business. So I said all this nice stuff about Rocco and how much of an influence he was, and then I totally bungled sharing his music. But hey,
It sounded good on our end.
it sounded good.
Sounded
Yeah.
awesome.
Sounded fucking great over here.
The anticipation is killing me now. So
okay.
good build up.
Oh, you got to know the song first. First of all, are you a Tower Power fan? Do you
Yeah,
know the
I grew up
song?
in the East Bay, so
Okay.
yeah, I couldn't avoid it if I wanted to.
Yeah.
I love it though.
So you wanna jump out your trick bag and ease on into hip bag, but you ain't just exactly sure what's hip. Started to let your hair grow, spend big bucks to top your wardrobe, but somehow you know there's much more to the trip. What is hip? Tell me, if you think you know. What is hip? If you're really hip, the past and the years will show you in a hip trip.
Oh man, I love that song.
Dude, now that you explain the bass line the way you did, like I was aware of it, but like it's just so like it creates such a like urgent like push to the song.
Exactly.
And and it's like seriously, as soon as the drums go to a fill, he's like, me too, like I'm fine.
Yep.
He's like, yeah, it's glued. Yeah, it's so nice, man.
Yeah.
I didn't really like thought about it like that. The like 16th note thing
Neither do I.
just it kind of just sits in the background. Yeah, you don't even think
thinks
about it. Yeah, you don't even think about it. You're thinking about the everything else, like the
You're like,
cool
"Ooh, damn, this
vocal.
sounds good."
Yeah, you're just like, yeah.
You're not counting anything.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Oh
what
man.
What he said was he came in a much simpler player, and Dave the drummer was a much busier player, and they sort of came and met in the middle. So the complexity of the bass lines increased, the drums pulled back a little bit, and then got those fills really good, and that's where you just end up with that great groove. And I mean, it's hard to find a Tower Power song that doesn't have just a sick groove.
Yeah, that drum bass chemistry is pretty wild, like to think about. Like, because now that I'm like thinking about it, I'm thinking about a bunch of their like hit songs, and it's all like kind of the same type of thing where
Yep. Down to
it
the
makes you
nightclub.
not. Yeah, you can't ignore the song. It's like subconscious because you're just thinking about that do 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 do. Yeah.
Yeah, he called it hip actually. So what is hip? The song is about the concept of that bass playing. And the drummer. came
Oh,
up with
really?
It was his concept of having one note droning throughout the song, inspired by the Benny King tune "Way Down Low." So now I'm gonna have to check that out.
Wow, it's like
everyone
kind of
was-
that's meta.
Yeah, everyone
Right,
was
no.
skeptical. Really, little did we know. I also thought the bass was too hot in the mix. Wrong again.
So the song's like, when he wrote the lyrics, he's like, all right, this song is really funky, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah.
Like if you don't get it, the lyrics.
It is structurally funky. It was designed. It was designed to be funky. No.
By design. Yeah.
Yeah, and this has already come up a few times, but funk is another one of my great loves as far as subgenres go, and I see so much overlap between funk and psychedelia and stoner and doom, and very similar. Sabbath is a very funky band in my opinion.
Yeah,
and like deep grooves that have been sampled over and over again for R&B and hip hop, and there's a good reason for it.
Bill Ward is like underratedly funky. Like some of the way he moves, like the way he like puts the rhythms together are like not something you think would fit in the type of song that's in, but it just kind of like gives it like that what makes Sabbath like so good to everyone, you know what I mean? Like even people who aren't into heavy music generally like Black Sabbath.
Well, and it's the reason why that Charles Bradley cover of Changes works so well. That's the intro song for, again, the Netflix show with the animated show that we couldn't remember the name of last time.
And still can't.
Big Mouth. It's Big Mouth.
Big Mouth.
Big Mouth.
Yeah.
That's the one.
It's been 3 weeks we've been trying to remember that shit.
That's why I'm here, right?
Yeah, good.
It's the opposite of puberty.
Yeah.
Your mind goes, nothing, everything stops working.
So rest in peace, Rocco. Luckily, you left us a lot of music to listen to.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
all right. Well, you have anything else you want to say about
I was
him?
just gonna agree with you. Like we got a lot to appreciate.
Yeah.
Probably, there's so much. I don't even know how many Tower Power records there are.
There are a million. I mean, people tend to go back to East Bay Grease and Bump City, kind of the like peak 70s Tower Power, but they were potent throughout. And actually, there's an NPR Tiny Desk concert that they did.
I've seen that.
Yeah,
it's
badass.
sick.
Awesome.
It's so sick. Yeah, I love that series, but theirs is like up there. It is so good.
Yeah,
the T-Pain one is really good too. If you haven't seen the
good.
yeah. Oh, dude, he does no auto-tune, and he sings
records.
like a fucking angel. He has like an incredible voice.
You're
like, what? You're
Oh,
like,
he was
what?
one of the.
He was on
Masked
that
Singers,
Masked
wasn't he?
Singer fucking show.
He has a crazy voice, and he does no auto-tune on his.
Yeah.
It's one of the like, even if you're not into like R&B or like that type of music, it's kind of cool to see how he like changed up everything, because a lot of his songs. Like, if you were alive in the mid 2000s, like it was hard to escape T-Pain on the radio.
I love when you put R&B and hip hop through like a live acoustic instrument filter, like totally. Anderson .Paak Tiny Desk concert is incredible. That dude, I mean, he's a great drummer. So
yeah, he's like a tight musician, man. He's got a little everything in his pocket, I feel like.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Lucky. Doesn't make me feel jealous at all.
Yeah,
when I see somebody who's like, "Oh, you want me to play drums? Sure. You want me to sing?"
That's how I feel when like pro skaters start bands and they just get hella big. And I'm just like, God damn it. Like, give some space for us, man. Like, I skate. I'm terrible at skateboarding, but I've been skating my whole life. And then, like Riley Hawk. Yeah, his band,
Fuck that guy.
I've met him. He's seen our band play. I've never played with him. I'm not like a huge fan of his projects. I like,
what band is he in?
He's in a few. Petter. They're cool. They're just kind of like off the walls, like jammy psych. Then there's Arctic, which is like the doomy version, which is with, I believe there's another skater in that one.
It's that whole circle. That whole
yeah. There's Figgy, Justin Figueroa. There's Nuge is in a band. He's another like pretty big pro skater. I mean, the dude from the Shrine is like a crazy good skateboarder, and he knows like all those dudes. I really don't like the Shrine. I think they're like a really overrated band personally.
Yeah,
I think they like they're so good at marketing themselves, and they have like great merch, and especially at the time they came out, I think that took them super far. But like if you go, like, I don't think there's a lot of their music that's like lasting. Like
it's not.
It wasn't really progressive either. Yeah.
Didn't they have like some very Dogtown-esque looking merch?
Yeah, I think so.
For a while.
Oh, it was pulled from something or other. I don't really know what specifically, but yeah.
Oh, I guess we're never gonna book the Shrine now.
Yeah, or they're not gonna play with Mountain Tamer, that's for sure.
Yeah,
I've never met them. I can't say anything bad about them.
Neither have I. They seem like cool dudes. I've always held that opinion. Like, I've never been that into them.
Yeah,
There's been a lot of those skater bands that I've never wasn't. What was that? CKY or something?
Oh,
like
yeah.
Super, like they came from.
Oh
that.
yeah, that was Bam Margera's brother.
Right,
So he
Bam's
pushed
brother.
them super hard. Yeah.
I could never
fine.
get
At
into
least
them
they
either.
sounded different. At least that like weird guitar sound, like double
Yeah.
guitars is.
I think at the time I think they like helped maybe usher in some other stuff that I might have liked. But yeah, my brother was into them at that when they came out at that time. But that was just like I would just listen to it proxy of sharing a room with him, basically.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hey.
so what band has a professional skateboarder been in that's been great?
Like great, because that's a
Well,
good. I
they're
don't
usually
know,
shitty
man.
punk bands. I know, but
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty. Mike V and the Rats. I don't know. That's probably my
Catholics
favorite
and,
one. Let me think, man. That's a
Vandals?
No.
I don't know.
okay. There's this guy
we
named
suck. People are gonna
Kevin
watch this just so
Smith.
we watch us.
There's a skater named Kevin Smith, who Evan Smith, sorry, who has I don't know what his band's called, but he like made a song for one of his skate parts, and it's like really cool. And he always talks about working on music, and it was a really great song. But I don't know where you could find it, so you'd have to look up his video parts. I think it's his Evan Smith War and Peace part. I'm pretty sure he did the song for.
Oh, interesting.
But
Yeah.
but that's other than that, I can't think of one.
I can't think of any professional skateboarders that have been in really good bands.
Yeah. I don't know if it happens, bro.
Skateboarders.
Do you know the band Farley?
Yeah.
That their guitar player is a incredible skateboarder, but are they the best band in the world? I don't know.
Yeah. They
We played with them several times. They're rad. I mean, they're cool, but like
yeah, that's that same crew though. Harsh Toke and Farley.
same. Yeah, Harsh Toke, same. That's Figgy. Yeah, the same
Yeah,
dude.
and
Yeah.
they're all TP bands, right? They're all with Earthless on
If
TP.
you are a pro skater, your band will get signed to TP or Riding Easy.
Yeah.
There is no question about it. They will sign you in a fucking heartbeat. They don't even need a demo. Let me see your skate clips, bro. Okay, cool. You have a band, you're in. Yeah. That's how I feel. Like, because these bands come out of nowhere and then they get on like some of the bigger like underground labels overnight. And it's like you've never toured, you've never played a fucking show that I know of, or like
I'm sure
like
it's because they know people will show up just to see that person.
they'll
So
buy
you
their
send
mitt,
that
they'll
person
stream it,
on
they'll
tour,
buy
and
it.
people
Yeah.
will show up.
Yeah,
Like, it's
exactly.
not the band.
There's an insulated like fan base right off the bat. So from a business standpoint, obviously, yeah, I get it, but it kind of like just makes the water murky for people who are like.
I mean, honestly, if somebody like Tony Hawk started a grindcore band and toured, grindcore would become popular.
Yeah,
because people
popular.
would go to just
So
see
popular.
him,
Yeah. Yeah, I guess in that same respect, like I can't really rag on it. Like it's not, none of them are terrible at all.
Yeah.
And two, like they definitely bring people to the scene that might not have been there like otherwise. There's lots of kids in the skate scene who like only listen to like Black Sabbath and like early Metallica, and then Riley Hawk's like, yeah, I'm in a band on Riding Easy, and they're like, what's Riding Easy? Like that works for everyone in the scene. Like it does help.
Yeah, it does.
Because then they're like, oh shit, like what else is here?
Ooh, I should go discover more music that sounds kind
yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Let's be totally honest. None of those bands are even close to mainstream or probably able to live off of their band.
But Riley Hawk is though. That's
he
what's
is.
interesting. He gets in Rolling Stone. He's in GQ, and I mean he's a really good street skater. But I mean, he talks about how he kind of lives in his dad's shadow.
Yeah.
But he's also like he's a better street skater than Tony Hawk is a street skater, because Tony Hawk's a vert skateboarder. So it's like he's like, all right, I got this in my blood, but I'm gonna I'm gonna do a
but I don't like ramps.
different. Yeah, I don't want to skate ramps. Yeah, I've never seen him skate a fucking quarter pipe in any video or anything like that.
Yeah, I heard him interviewed on some other podcast recently. I don't even remember what it was, but he seemed like a pretty decent dude.
He's really nice, man. He's cool. We met him once or twice, and he's really reserved and like not, you wouldn't know it that he was Tony Hawk's son. But also Tony Hawk seems like I met Tony Hawk too. I won a contest on Instagram a couple years ago, and he like brought me to he gave me tickets to a skate premiere, and he like gave them to me, and he was like so chill. He like messaged me on Instagram and shit, and he was like following me for a while, which was weird because my friends were like,
awesome.
Tony Hawk's following you. I'm like, what?
That's so crazy.
Yeah. Not anymore though. He stopped following me, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, Tony.
He was not impressed with your posts.
Yeah, not enough skate clips, I guess.
Yeah.
What's all this music bullshit?
Yeah, it sucks. Your band sucks, bro. It's not my son's band.
All right.
Why did these musicians all try to skate?
Yeah,
suck.
fuck you. Stop skating. Stop murking up the waters.
It's funny. Skating is another one of those things that I always wished I was good at, but never ever was.
I never got good.
No matter how much time I put into it.
I got good enough to still do it, and I'm approaching 30. So like, I still go out. I can do an ollie still. I've like never stopped. But that's I got like my 5 tricks in my bag, and I still have fun doing it. And I just try not to hurt myself.
That's what matters.
That works.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get to the meat of this. And
Yeah,
listen
let's
to some
the good stuff.
Blynd Submyshynz.
I'm a little nervous because I'm a real curmudgeon with music sometimes, man.
I hear it already. Hey, somebody needs to do it.
Yeah, I'm already it's already letting it slip. I'm like, I told myself I was gonna
man.
be like nice. So
Yeah.
No, I mean, we released one episode and listened to this British electropop artist music.
oh,
and-
the black cowboy disco one.
yeah.
Yeah, I was
And,
telling
Yeah, and he was like, "Hey guys, what the fuck? Why did you tag me?" But then it actually turned out to be productive, and like I said, especially when you're going through Bandcamp and people are taking the time to submit something, there's an audience for just about anything. I mean, every time I see one of those videos of from Japan of a guy with a bunch of pedals and then pots and pans and a microphone, and then he's just screaming into the microphone and hitting the it's got more views than anything I've ever done. So.
Right. Yeah. No, I mean, I'm not I'm just really I have my taste and I'm really strong about it, and I'm not afraid to say it what I feel, but people not liking your stuff is really productive, and it keeps about we got 3 horrible reviews of Psychosis Ritual recently, the worst reviews we've ever gotten. Whoa. And it was it fucking took a little out of me, and I was we've gotten bad reviews before, but they were bad, just trashing us. One it was a bunch of European magazines, so we had to translate them, but
I was gonna say, I didn't know anybody actually wrote bad reviews anymore.
Yeah,
that's what I thought, but we leave it to Mountain Tamer to find those people.
Yeah.
We got them. We figured we got you. They one was a bunch of reviews that were 3 paragraphs long, and then it was just this long. It was just this shit sucks, basically. But basically it kind of humbles you, and you're able to find out who your audience is.
Yeah.
And it makes the good reviews feel better, because after we got 3 in a row. For some reason our press agent was like, "Here's 3 terrible reviews.
Enjoy.
Here's some press clippings." We're like, "Why did you send us that? I don't want any of those." But then a couple days later, the Doom charts came out and we were number 2. We're like, okay, we don't suck that bad. We don't suck that bad. Yeah, it was just those 3 magazines for some reason really didn't like. Nordic Europe fucking hates us. We're never going there.
Interesting.
Nordic Europe, not really psychedelic rock.
No, not at all. Yeah, it's Northern Germany, Norway, and somewhere else. So we weren't surprised.
Psych is music for the equator, man. Italy,
it's
Spain,
gotta be hot.
France. It's all right, so we have our first submission here. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so that we can all take a listen.
Sweet.
And then
and I think the thing too, for anybody listening, I mean, if you're apprehensive to send us something, don't be. Yeah. Because we want it all. This is not. We're not talking nothing about just all psych or all doom or all retro metal. Send us anything.
Yeah, some of the most interesting finds have been stuff that are completely out of my wheelhouse.
Oh yeah,
so far.
What was the Jamila last week?
Yeah, I don't remember the name.
I think it was Jamila or something like
It's
that.
in the description.
That was good.
Yeah, it was really good. All right, so this is a band called the Isosceles Project, who did in fact submit this.
Ontario.
Yeah. So first impressions, you see, don't read any of the words. Look at that cover. What do you think you're going to hear?
A lot of noise, a lot of fuzz, not in a bad way. I like that. It's either going to be that, or it's going to be it's going to be fuzzy noise, or it's going to be converged noise, where it's piercing.
Yeah, I can see that with the name.
Yeah,
the name kind of sounds like it could be Converge esque.
Yeah. Actually, I'm going with the Converge prediction here.
Yeah,
but it's a 10 minute and 47-second song. So,
well, they actually requested that we listen to Temporal Laceration.
So the 14 minutes.
The 14 minutes.
Okay.
14 minutes.
So I'm gonna break this up into some segments here.
Well,
okay,
we'll
maybe. Yeah.
We'll listen a little bit, and then I'll pause it, and we'll talk, and then we'll decide whether we're going to keep listening.
All right.
Okay.
Ready?
That's cool. Sounds good.
Seconds in, I'm definitely
fuck yeah.
I'm still listening.
This is like
there is a lot to unpack there. There is a lot to unpack.
This is good shit.
That is crazy. I definitely didn't want you to stop. I heard like 4 riffs that I liked in the 30 seconds.
Yeah,
4 different riffs.
I know.
some good time changes.
I wasn't expecting the tempo to be that high, like for a song that long.
Yeah. Seriously, how do you
how
do you cram that many notes? I mean, what are you gonna do for 15 minutes? Your fingers are gonna die from being tired.
Well,
let's give it another little go there. Let's see where they're going. There's got to be like a slowdown. Oh my god. Oh my god. Whoa.
I heard.
Where am I going? Where are they taking us, man?
I don't know.
Holy shit.
That's a good
man.
minute and a half journey.
Dude, that was like
this is some really fucking far out shit that I wasn't really expecting.
No, same
is
here.
it instrumental? I'm assuming it's instrumental.
I think it's all instrumental. I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, I wouldn't really know where you would put vocals on that. What do you mean?
No, you can't.
Yeah. You couldn't, there's too many parts.
Just another instrument making
it would suck. If there was
in the background.
Yeah,
some boops and bops and.
Oh, man, that's wild. The only thing I didn't like the way the drums were recorded though, man.
Yeah, that is a common.
Super farty double bass.
That's a common theme, man. It's so hard to record drums right. It's the single most difficult thing to pull off in heavy music.
In my opinion, if you can't get the really crisp like drum sound, they should just be lower in the mix because they'll still like sound good. It'll sound better, honestly.
Yeah,
that was
interesting because it's like, you know, has some of the hallmarks of kind of more technical prog stuff, but it has like the kind of lower fi production of a doom or a stoner band.
Yeah.
So it's like this weird, and if they captured the drums right, if the drums had that kind of big boomy and, you know, crisp tone that you get in a lot of like stoner or doom, I think it would be a really interesting kind of mix in the brain to sort of wrap your head around this crazy prog shit playing fretless bass. Like, come on.
Yeah. Fucking Claypool style too, dude. He was doing some real
I mean, you'll find. I mean, I'm obviously a bass player, so I dig into the bass playing more than other things. I know more about it, and you find very few people playing fretless basses in kind of traditional stoner doom. I've tried it. I have a fretless and I play a fretless, and there are places where it makes sense, like when you're sliding into those long riffs, like a High on Fire song with all the vibrato at the end of the chord.
Yeah. Dave did 2 fretless songs on the new record.
He did? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. They're like, it's subtle though. Like it's not like he's not like really emphasizing the fretless as much. But I think the one I sent you, or the one I told you I want to listen to today, is on it. So you can listen for it.
Listen for it.
But usually it's a band like Intronaut that's doing this techie stuff, and he's taking advantage of what you can do on a fretless, sliding in and out of notes. And playing atonal stuff and dissonant stuff, because you're not guaranteed to hit the right note all the time. And it's also just kind of a show-offy thing to do. It's like,
it's frets fun too, though.
Frets are too easy. Like, I don't need fret. I don't need frets.
Dave left his fretless here. Yeah, actually, I was gonna. Yeah, I want to hear a little more. Pick it up a little bit.
So shit, unless I had something else going on, I'm listening to all 15 minutes of that without stopping.
Oh, easy.
Yeah, if I, especially the way it started. Yeah, I like the way it started. I would, I'm particular when I listen to this type of music though too. This isn't something I'd put on unless I was doing something else.
Really?
Like, I like to sit down and like draw, or like I I call it, like, even though it's like intense, like music for me like that is like sonic wallpaper. Like I like it to like kind of just set my mood and then like kind of play in the back of my mind.
Thing.
Yeah. Like I don't always like to, I mean, sometimes I do, but I don't always like to like engage and like try to dissect music like this, because I don't know if it's always meant for that.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, that's basically how I discovered and got deep into listening to post metal, was finding music that didn't have lyrics that I could listen to while I worked.
Yeah.
And I do like this complicated data work that requires all of the like active concentration part of my brain to do. So I need music that in the background that doesn't interrupt that, but still like fills the mood. And that's when I started listening to Isis and Pelican and Red Sparrows and Russian Circles.
Oh yeah,
it's like perfect music for that.
Completely.
Yeah.
This might like freak me out too much because it's so tight and like you can't ignore the crazy rhythms and the changes and stuff. So I can't not engage with this. I'm like,
I don't. Now that you kind of think it. Now I'm thinking about it though. It's like almost that, but like. I would have a hard time not like playing air guitar or like bass or drums.
Yeah,
that's why you saw me in the beginning. I was just like, I want. That's like maybe if I was like working out, this would be good workout music.
Oh yeah, this is great.
Yeah,
workout.
this is good. Or like going on a skate or something like.
Oh yeah,
doing
snowboarding,
like actively doing something. Yeah. I wouldn't put this on maybe at like a barbecue or a party. I mean, I know, but like they would
the type of barbecue. But...
Yeah, I guess if I was hanging out with you guys, maybe if I was barbecuing at Jeff's house or something. Yeah.
Oh man, sidebar. I have been made fun of by other parents multiple times for the music that I played during like birthday parties and other events. I fucking had a Dragon Force record on during one of my kids' like 6th birthdays. It was like a dress up birthday party. They were all getting dressed up in costumes, and there's one song on the album that has the big song that was on Guitar Hero and shit, that's like it's like something you would hear at a Renaissance fair. It's all acoustic and there's like lutes and shit, and I heard a parent go, what are we listening to?
Some nerds,
like whispering to somebody else, and I was just laughing. What can you do? All right, so let's listen to the very end. Let's see how this thing
okay, yeah,
up.
let's hear the last like 20, 30 seconds here.
It's gonna fade out for 20 seconds, so that's what we get.
I will say my other gripe, which is similar to my first gripe, is I think they abuse. I mean, we did skip through it, so I can't totally say, but like, I don't really love double bass unless it's necessary.
Yeah.
And I don't know. A lot of people disagree with me on this one, but like, I think it's a good like little finesse here and there, and like if you're doing blast beats or whatever, but like it can ruin a song for me. Like it takes up a lot of frequency space. Like
it does.
Yeah, and it kind of like, especially listening to headphones, you know, it's like all I'm fucking hearing, and it's just like, I don't know, man. Even when it's produced well, which the double bass in this wasn't, it just kind of still sounds like a fart, kind of like I'm just kind of.
Yeah, I'm picky about it too, and it's funny if like I've never thought about doing this, but like dissect my music catalog and see how many of the bands I listen to regularly are single versus double bass. I definitely think it's going to fall more on the single bass side.
I'm in the 90 percentile single bass, probably. Yeah, yeah. I listen to some thrash and shit, and even certain black metal bands have double bass.
Not punk and hardcore, so
yeah.
Especially the metalcore.
Yeah, totally.
That's all double bass. Can I get three? Totally. Can I do 3?
Can we add more? How can we add more? Yeah.
All right, so I'm pulling up the next track, which is not a submission. So we're doing 4 submissions, and then I've actually been enjoying Bandcamp does these, you know, articles and lists and you know, so that you can kind of explore their catalog, because they're very interested in, you know, how genre develops and how people follow people's individual playlists and not the kind of algorithmic way that other music services work. Mm-hmm. And so they had an article that I will talk about what it was about after we listen to the song.
Okay, cool.
But the song is called Strange Girl, and I'll share my screen for you here. And the artist is named Bobby Oroza. All right, we ready?
Yes.
So, all right, so don't read anything. What do you think?
Just by the thing?
Yeah.
Okay, I am going to go ahead and think it's like maybe a blues-based indie project.
All right.
But I could almost get a rockabilly vibe, oddly enough. I don't know. Where I'm going with it.
The picture gives me a rockabilly vibe, but
yeah.
I'm thinking more big bandy.
Okay.
All right, let's do it.
Ska, maybe? It could be a ska curveball. Yeah, I don't know. Totally into it.
Totally into it, JD?
I like it.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so the article on Bandcamp on the front page today was about the revival of Chicano soul music. So we've seen quite a bit of it in the States. It was a movement that started in Texas, San Antonio, I think. You know, going back into the, you know, whatever, the 50s and 60s, and then we've had these new revival artists. What's interesting about this dude is he's from Helsinki, Finland.
I just was looking at that and reading that. I was like, weird. But it's weird how Chicano culture is like global now. Like, it like Japanese. There's a huge like lowrider movement in Japan.
Yep. Indonesian
like,
cholos.
Like yeah. It's wild, man. Everyone like takes a little bit from it, I think.
Yeah, and I mean it's, you know, we're in California. Obviously, we're kind of used to Chicano culture in general, and you know, the influence of Mexican and South American cultures. So we expect it, but you know, it is a pretty significant portion of the world's population. So to pretend like whether it's, you know, music from the, you know, from the original countries or kind of the music that developed out of the immigrant scenes, it's, of course it's everywhere. Of course it's in Helsinki and anywhere else in the world. I just thought that was awesome.
It's really cool, man.
So we can listen a little bit more, but if you're interested, go back and read the article because it kind of goes through the history of the movement. It's some of the original bands and then some of the kind of newer bands that are out now. And again, another really cool thing that Bandcamp does is sort of talk about the history of very specific, very niche scenes that I didn't wake up this morning and go, hey, I want to learn about Chicano Soul. hey, it was on the it was right there on the cover, and I was like, all right, so I just read the whole thing.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Strange girl, you keep you cool. You don't like me 'cause I'm you. I like you anyway. I like you anyway. You're gonna be mine one day. You'll see.
So, given what we know about soul in general, you probably can't expect much more than maybe 3 or 4 parts in the song. So we've probably heard the vast.
We've heard the whole song.
It's that's maybe there might be a cool little interlude or something, but
I don't think I understand what makes this Chicano Soul. How is it Chicano Soul?
Read the article.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to go read the article.
I'm
But I
guessing.
don't understand how a guy from Finland
Yeah.
making soul music, how does what distinguishes it from regular soul music?
There you go. Now we all have.
Now we're gonna get into.
do your homework, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna try and formulate an answer because I might be wrong. I
That
need
just
to do my
sounded
homework.
like
So-
it would have been on like Motown, or
Is he an immigrant? Is he a Finnish guy who
says he's
named himself
hailing from. He could
Bobby? But it's on what it appears that it's on a label that hosts a bunch of other bands in this scene. So maybe if you dug into the history of the label and this guy a little bit, you'd understand.
Yeah.
Cool. No, I thought that was really good, and I didn't listen to it. I just picked one of the new artists and picked a song ahead of time. But no, that was really cool.
Way to go, Bobby.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I liked it.
Last but not least in this first round, before we get to the merch table, is Death Grip.
Ooh.
Is the name of
Not
the
Death
song.
Grip. Oh, okay. I was like, Death Grips. I've heard.
Nope.
So you got
You're like, I know.
not blind. Not blind submission.
Yeah. We're trying. Eventually I'm going to land in a case where we pick something that the guest has already heard before, but it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
Ooh. That looks like a dead
All right.
rotting fish.
So we're going to go ahead and share some screen here. The band is called Morosity. And the state of being morose, I would assume, is what that.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. From Minneapolis,
what are we looking
Minnesota.
at?
Here's a little cover shot.
That's cool.
I do like the cover a lot.
Yeah, I like that logo.
It's like ocean,
Yeah.
oceanic, or
It looks like it could be on a whiskey bottle, the band logo or
We're gonna
something.
get like some pirate metal.
No, I'm picturing.
No.
No, I'm kidding.
I'm just picturing that densely layered, harsh vocal, kind of plodding beats.
Or it could be something like Earth.
I was gonna say I'm kind of getting
Okay.
or possibly Earthless even, because sometimes they have some like kind of little like grittier album covers. I feel like.
Yeah. All right. Let's do it. So they wanted us to listen to
Let's see the song.
Death Grip.
Death Grip.
Okay. I don't know about Earthless. The songs are way too short. Way too short.
Lately, I just wanna kill someone. You can hide away the ammo, lock up all the guns. But if I really wanna have some fun,
that's a good place to stop. Was not expecting that.
No,
Not at all. Not what I was expecting.
So do we
That's
think
cool,
this is
though.
one? This is one person, or do you think this is?
It kind of
band.
feels like could be one person,
Yeah, I don't know.
maybe two, but I don't know.
Acoustic rock with a wonderfully dark lyrical content that
I don't
would
know if
give
I'd
your
call
death
it
metal.
acoustic rock, but
Well, we,
Yeah, it just kind of sounds like singer-songwriter.
yeah, no, I'm into
Tom-
it. It's
Tom,
kinda
I
the
like it,
murder
yeah.
folk.
I thought of Tom Waits.
Sort of that
for the-
genre. I think that's
yeah,
This is like
Tom Waits and and kind of like stripped down Chris Isaac almost or something. The tone
Yeah,
of his voice.
we had another one. We had Beelzebub Jones.
yeah.
With Susie that was kind of had a similar
Yep.
vibe, and then we had one last week that was like a western, like an English guy doing western.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like spaghetti western soundtrack
Yeah.
music. No, I like this a lot, and I like the kind of blunt lyrical content.
Yeah, it's kind of atmospheric in a way too. Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Yeah, I like it.
This
I like
is
the
also
straightforwardness to
something
it.
like if I was like we were talking about earlier, if you're doing something where you need to concentrate, something like this is sort of the only type of music I can listen to that has lyrics while I'm working. I think maybe because it's just so much slower and the voice is, you don't feel like you really need to listen carefully to catch every word. It's like the voice kind of sort of floats over the music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all right, let's listen. I'm curious to see if some drums drop in. See if we got a full
Yeah,
band
me
situation
too.
here.
Wouldn't mind that.
In the crowded theater, in the church of love, in school for children, in front of everyone. You think that you can stop me? You say you're good with guns, but if you try to kill me, I'm gonna blow up your room.
When I get a little, then now I can see the rock.
Yeah, it's
It kind of has almost a rockabilly feel to it, honestly. Like the drums are like the way the drum beats were like, he's like,
yeah.
yeah,
And his
Stray Cats shit, yeah.
Yeah, his inflection a little bit too in the vocals. He's kind of walking a line between like folk and western, and maybe even a little like roots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
I like it.
Totally.
It's not in my normal wheelhouse. Like like we talked about with Susie from Broom. Like some people, and sometimes you want music to amplify your mood, and sometimes you want music to try and fix your mood. This isn't music that does either for me on kind of a regular basis. If I
My
wanna
dad
put-
would love this shit though. My dad would love it. He
I love
loves
this. I think
yeah.
this is great.
My dad
I'm
loves
really
like
into it.
Chris Isaac and like Brian Seltzer and like Blues Traveler.
Setzer.
Like
Yeah.
Setzer. Sorry, I don't.
He said so.
It's my dad's music. It's my dad's music.
exactly.
Not my thing. Yeah.
No, I mean, yeah, it's like if I want to go this dark, I generally also want it to be fucking heavy and loud. So,
Yeah, I think there's a fine line. There's certain artists that like do the dark. I think Chelsea Wolfe does a really good job at doing dark shit that's also like crazy beautiful and like not necessarily heavy, or like there's certain like old country songs that do that too. Like Blaze Foley, I think, is like some of his songs are really dark in my opinion. I don't know if you
There's a
guys
lot of them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not-
You get it to that old like outlaw
Outlaw
country. That
Yeah, I
outlaw
love that.
country.
That's the only country I'll get
About,
into.
shooting
man.
people and
Yeah.
killing people and going to
Yeah.
prison. And,
yeah.
Yeah.
And I could totally see this as like one of those weird side stage pulls at Psycho. Where you're like,
oh yeah.
Where you're like, who's
Oh,
this
100%.
man?
Why are they here? But I'm also down. Kind
Oh,
of
that's
thing.
great.
Yeah.
But I'm
Put it
kinda
down.
down. I think we talked
Yeah.
about this when Susie was on. There was a guy that is so good, and he's like, oh man, one of these days, like people are gonna tune in just to watch us forget
Forget
shit.
Forget shit. I'd watch him in a smoky bar. I'd love
I'm
to
gonna
watch that
remember
guy in a
next
smoky
episode.
bar.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna bring it up again.
You just gotta call me. Remember, I remembered the that other one.
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
I'll think of it. I'll call you. Yeah.
Andrew will think of it. All right, so now what we're actually going to do is we're going to go for our weekly visit to the merch table. And I stretched the rules of the merch table a little bit this week for myself. Like it has rules. There are no rules. But you know, hey, we end up having a bunch of musicians on here too, so merch might also include gear. Which
I
is
appreciate that,
right?
Because I haven't been buying shirts or records lately, to be honest, but I have been buying my friends' pedals, so I'm glad to see it.
So the first item is simple and obvious because they just showed up recently in the mail, and that is, of course,
I got like 4 boxes of those behind me.
Do ya?
Yeah.
So, more going out in the mail soon.
So this is the new Mountain Tamer album that we will be listening to in a little bit. Psychosis Ritual.
Wait, what the fuck? Did they change their name? Just kidding.
Yep, every record we change the name.
I thought it was Mountain Tamer.
Mountain Tamer. Out on Heavy Psych Sounds. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
In terms of, you know, labels in the underground, this is, you know, one of the more visible and heavily trafficked. The kind of guys that give you a little catalog of their releases when they send you records, and they send you sampler CDs like this, which was pretty badass to get a nice little.
Oh, did they just send that with you with the record?
Yep, they just.
I had no idea they did that. That's
fucking
really
it
cool.
all up, but yeah.
That's tight.
It's a bunch of bands on here that I'm Geezer, Mondo Generator, Mountain Tamer. They put Warlock on here.
Oh, nice. I didn't.
Pilgrim. So that's purchase number 1, and we have 2 copies because I ordered one for JD too. We buy records for each other all the time. It's like I show up at his house. This is the only house that I come to without a mask on. Our families ganged up a couple months ago.
We've bubbled.
Yeah, that's good.
So it's fun because it's like, I've ordered you some records.
What'd you get?
So this also came. I have been slowly but surely filling in my King Gizzard.
Yeah.
Discography. And
I love them, dude.
It like doesn't matter what record it is, they never disappoint. You know, the thrash record that they did last year was nuts. This is pretty.
Dude, the one from 2 years ago that they made their own special instruments for.
Yep.
Like they did all these like weird frets and shit that like the songs can literally only be played on the 2 guitars they made for.
Yeah. Those
so
like micro.
Awesome. I love that.
I
saw them play. Have you ever seen them live?
Once.
Oh, dude, it is fucking unreal, bro.
An experience.
It is so. The energy is like palatable, dude. It's like, oh man, I can't even explain it really. And he had like the coolest fucking guitar moves ever. Like he would like take his guitar and flip it vertical and like just push it on the ground and then like flip it around his head and just like, yeah. And his like his strap is like up to his fucking chin. He just looks like a madman. It's one of my favorite live bands.
I caught him in Texas somewhere, but it always shocks me. Like, come to the Bay Area and sell out like 2 nights at the Warfield. I'm like, who? Like, I'm promoting shows to people who like that band. Why don't they come out to see other bands? It's so weird. They just like draw people out of the woodwork to see them.
Yeah,
and
it's a stage show.
The show's so good.
Yeah.
You know they're not very big in Australia.
Not surprising, honestly.
They're like I know I've met people like musicians from Australia and stuff, and like they're like, yeah, like no one fucking cares about them. they're like whatever. I mean, there's a great music scene in Australia. Like there's a lot of psych rock actually and garage rock, but like I guess they only play like really small clubs, and they come here and like headline fucking festivals and shit. It's so weird. Yeah.
So do you have any? Have you any gear you want to show off? Do you have anything sitting there?
Yes,
Let's
I do.
See what you got?
2 things.
All
Okay.
right.
First one is from my buddy Rick, who is our guitar tech for Mountain Tamer. We met him in Austin, Texas a long time ago on tour, and he moved to LA. And he works at for anyone who's listening in LA, he works at Caveman Vintage Music, but he also will fix your guitar through his Instagram, which is Goon Guitars, and he also has been making pedals. So he made this. It's basically like a fuzz face with like it's like overdriven.
Okay.
Which is like that's the kind of fuzz I like. I just like a overdriven fuzz.
I heard it on the record.
Yeah, it's there a little bit. It's every once in a while. So yeah, he just made me this. It's super simple. I'm really like, I don't really like a lot of knobs on my pedals, like 3.
Yeah.
Because I have I have a big pedal board, so I don't really need to like, So he made that, and I want everyone to check him out because me and him have he's modified my Jazz Master to be unrecognizable as a Fender guitar. Like he's done a lot, so he does really cool stuff. So
awesome. People
check him out. And then this I just got is the most ridiculous fucking noisemaker I've ever owned, and it's by my buddy, whose company is called Capitalist Death Cult. It's really sick. The bottom says late stage Western, the sounds of late stage Western civilization. And I met him in DC on tour. Yeah, he moved here. He moved to the West Coast, but he used to be in this band called Fuzz Queen. They're really cool. He even like put my Instagram handle like in the name of the pedal.
Oh, nice. So what is it?
So what he does is he'll clone like really expensive pedals and do them for like a bargain, but he also like change it. So he took I'm trying to remember, it's a Death by Audio octave. I can't remember that. It's some weird play on words, but it's like an octave scrambler that Death by Audio did. But instead of using the normal chip that they used, he found this company in Montreal that has this like backstock of voicing chips from those old megaphones from the 90s that have like robot voices. And so
man,
that's the voicing chip, and then it has like, yeah, it's wild, dude. It's not something you would play like through a whole song, but if you're doing feedback loops, like, because that's what I've been really getting into, like trying to make really cohesive sets and stuff. It's crazy. It makes the wildest sounds. Like I can't even like explain. It will do like 3 octave like dip to like a 4 octave rise, and you can just like spread it. Yeah, and then he makes him pink too, which I like.
That's cool. Yeah,
because he's not too doomed for the room. He doesn't have to like make it black with a skull on it. Yeah.
So you see this guy play. You'll think there's at least 2 people playing guitar all the time, and he's really good at mixing and blending effects and working the pedal board, but not getting distracted by it, which is kind of a trap that you can get pulled into in our world, is like staring at your board all day, fucking with it.
That's a long journey to get to, honestly. Yeah. That was a really hard thing for me, is like, okay, just leave it on and find a way to make it work instead of like trying to turn it on all these certain parts. And like I was, there's a lot of like really uncomfortable shows of my perceived tone like not working out right, and me being pissed off. Yeah.
Well, I can say, I mean, it's funny too, because I have a reasonably big pedal board for a bass player.
Definitely.
And I like pedals, but you got to be objective, man. When you're playing at the fucking Caravan Lounge, it's a cement bunker with 100 people, with no PA, and
100,
like
if you're lucky, 100.
Yeah, 0 people in that room can tell when I turn the phaser on or hit the boost on the. It's just fucking washed out. Like whatever your basic tone is. For touring underground bands, that's most of what people are going to hear, and most of the fiddling you do on your board, unless they're really extreme differences, is just lost on everybody else. So it took me a long time to come down to that, but it also made it a lot easier.
It kind of kills you inside a little bit, because you spend all this time like find like that quest for the tone. It's like this never-ending fucking thing, and with pedals, there's all these new pedals, and you're like, oh yeah, this is gonna make it sound great, but like most people are like they don't fucking know. Like it's fuzzy. The guitar parts are cool. They played right. Like they don't know. Like they're like, yeah, that delay pedal was really dialed in, brother. Like that was my favorite part of the set. Like no one gives a shit. Yeah.
And so much of this final sound is dependent on the room. And how many people are in the room, and the sound man, if one even exists. Like you pull up to the show, and the guy opens his van to load the PA into the venue, and you're just like, all right, I know what we're doing here.
Oh my god, yeah.
I have one last one. Speaking of pedals, we'll go here. So our buddy Eric Calvert, who's in Switchblade Jesus.
Oh, that's a good band.
Yeah, has a pedal company called Frost Giant Electronics, and he teased for years making these bitchin' pedals for guitar players, but not making pedals for bass players. So he finally made a bass version of the Mountain, which is his kick-ass fuzz overdrive.
I don't know what it sounds like, but I kind of have an idea just by the name, and I like it.
Yeah. So Go check Frost Giant out. Eric's a rad guy. He's a super interesting guy. He like plays in a band, makes pedals. He's a graphic designer. So we talked about this last week. Like, Jesus Christ, if you're a graphic designer in music, you're always going to be welcome everywhere. So he can do all the graphic layouts on the pedals and all the packaging. And then he's gotten into making these little like action figures. So he's like modeling 3D modeling figures and then like casting them and painting and then printing out perfect cards and bubble packs. So you get like this full carded action figure, and he's done.
But it's like custom.
So he's done some like modified Star Wars, like crystal clear Stormtrooper, but then he's got this new series of all these little monsters that he's doing. There's these like crazy little monsters.
Is he 3D printing them? How's he doing that?
So I think he's doing 3D design and then 3D printing one and then casting it, I think.
Oh, because that will look more authentic. Oh, that's really cool.
So anyways, Eric Calvert, Frost Giant Electronics. He's on Facebook and Instagram. And
I didn't know he had all those. I know Frost Giant. I follow them already. I follow like a lot of the pedal dudes.
Yeah.
But I didn't know he was, one of those guys
stuff.
That's good at everything.
Yeah. He's a killer guitar player.
One of those fucking guys that does good at everything. Immediately they try it. They're like, yeah, they'll try this, and I'm better at you already. Yeah.
I follow zero pedal guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's our thing. That's not yours.
Wait. I know you're a musician, right? Assuming.
I sang in bands.
Okay.
Ago.
Yeah, but you're not like a nerdy guitar player.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
Okay. You don't strike me. You're way too cool and collected.
I owned a mic and a PA. That was my setup.
Yeah. You know music, but you don't care about guitar pedals.
Yeah, exactly. I'm exactly like you were just saying. That sounds really cool. That's good. Yeah, play that.
Yeah, that's great to have in this conversation, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Have that.
All right, let's get back to listening to songs.
Yes.
All right, we got three.
Let's be blown away.
Yeah, we got three more before we get to a little bit of Mountain Tamer. So. Next on the list is a song called Deceiver. We'll go ahead and cue that up. And the band has an actually pretty cool name, Titanosaur. Oh. Not mad at that name at all.
Titanosaur.
I like
Look
it.
at that.
Love it, honestly. I can't see the background yet, but I'm excited to see what kind of art Tyrannosaur has, because... here it's coming.
Titanosaur. Deceiver.
Oh yeah, it's on the nose.
Some noise.
I don't know.
Or it's gonna be like punk. It's just gonna be like 4/4 blasting in your ear. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Honestly, that's kind of what I'm hoping for. Something.
Yeah, me too. I want. I used to be my first band. One of my first bands ever was called Chokeslam with my brother, and it was like just thrash, and it was like a really simple thrash band. And I'm like really hoping that this is what this is. Yeah. We'll see what happens. So
I just secretly read the description. I don't think.
Okay.
All right, that's a minute.
Yeah, I'm not keen to move on.
No.
So wait, I want to.
Not my thing.
Is this the?
Nothing that involves memory.
No, because at least I read the emails when they come in.
Yeah.
I just don't listen to anything yet. And I remember there was one person that was like doing a side project, and they did all the instruments, so they did everything.
Yeah,
I'm wondering if this is the one.
That wouldn't surprise me if that's what this is.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
I
Their description:
there's a lot.
New York hard rock metal, a dash of Monster Magnet, a pinch of Red Fang, a large dose of Motorhead.
I got a lot of Monster Magnet there for sure.
Yeah,
okay.
I want to hear the Ramones part because I don't.
Oh well, they're from New York.
Oh, is that it?
It'll speed
I
up.
think
at some
that might be
point,
it. I don't know.
know. Yeah, so none of those bands, even Red Fang, which I'm going to get crucified for, are really my thing.
I'm not really into Red Fang either, man. That's beer metal. I'm not super into beer metal, man. It's not my thing. I call this like fucking bench press rock, dude. Like, I mean, it serves a purpose. Like, he's obviously, whoever recorded this shit, like, can play music well. Like, they're good at their guitar and everything, but like, it just kind of like, there's like no conviction, like, at all to me. Like, it just kind of has this.
I think.
I don't know. It's just. I grew up in like a lot of hardcore music, like punk and hardcore, and there's a lot of hardcore that like.
Whoops, sorry about that.
Yeah, I mean, you're kind of proving my point here. It just, I don't know. There's just something so like, yeah, that works about it to me.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be mean either.
Yeah.
It's just there's not a lot of creativity going on
more
here.
of this, it sounds like it is one person.
Yeah. All right, let's listen to a little bit more. I skipped to the middle.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Stop me.
Believe the deceiver. Believe the deceiver. Golden calf filled with power.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say really well done. Not my thing.
I think it actually got better in the middle.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I like that way more than the first part we listened to
Yeah, I think
because
that was-
he sang different.
Yeah,
He
the
wasn't
vocals
trying
were
to
different.
sing. He understood that he was like kind of doing the scream sing thing, and that kind of works for him. You know, it's
Yeah, he took more of a growl and less of a singing.
Yeah, because before he was trying to like talk sing, and like I almost never like that
Yeah.
unless it's really like all them witches will do it sometimes, and I like it.
Well,
And,
that's
like,
almost like preaching. When
right,
when
but
he does
sometimes
it.
I don't
Yeah.
because it sounds preachy, and this is like he's not preaching anything at me, but like it's just
Yeah.
kind of like
I
don't. The lyrics aren't like something that should be talked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the second part of the song, I kind of thought was more conducive to like what they were going for. But the first
Oh
part
yeah,
was
completely.
kinda messy
I think
feeling.
if it had started off more like that, but yeah,
Interestingly, though, like if I had just if like somebody had posted up their grid of what they had listened to recently, and I was flipping through the grid looking at pictures trying to pick one to listen to, he's not trying to appeal to me is really what I'm getting at here. Is from the art to the the content's fine. It seems to be kind of a nice.
It looks like he's having fun with it too.
I think
Honestly,
it might be kind of tongue in cheek.
That's what I'm saying.
There was one album that's called Titanosaur Eat Me, and it's like a T-Rex eating all these people.
Did you ever back in the Bridge 9 days? You remember B9? Do you guys remember B9 board?
No.
It was like a hardcore forum. It was like all these like hardcore and punk bands that would like post their stuff. It was like
on
in
the prog forums, bro.
yeah. It was pretty like it was kind of short lived, but this band popped up and it was called Shark Punch. And it was one dude. It was one dude, and it was a parody hardcore band, and it was so fucking. It was basically that, honestly, but like way more like satire. But like the lyrics were just like Shark Punch, we'll kick your fucking ass. Dun, 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 dun. Like it was like, but it was recorded really well, and it was just one guy. It was
awesome.
Yeah. So maybe that guy like I almost feel like he was kind of joking.
I think that was one guy.
Yeah,
I think he did everything, and
he has a sense of humor for sure.
Dude, for one guy,
I'm pretty impressive.
Again, like I said, I'm the guy that doesn't own a pedal, nor would I ever need one. But I like that,
Yeah.
Au contraire. If you ever sing for a band again, I guarantee you will own a pedal.
Yes.
Yeah, totally. I own a
pedal
pedal just for my vocals. Yeah.
All right, so let's move into some different territory. So much like the last one that we listened to in the middle, the Chicano Soul, this came from an article digging into a scene. And the song that we're going to listen to is a song called Ameterasu VI, and the band is CORIMA. And once we listen to a little bit of it, I'll talk a little bit about the article, because it was another interesting deep dive into a corner of the world that I sort of understood existed, but not to this extent.
You should link those articles in the.
I will. Yeah. Well,
yeah. Because I will click on them.
Which one did
I say? They're from my hood,
6.
man. They're from LA.
6.
Ameterasu 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right.
What? Oh yeah. This is how it starts.
Wait. I'm very much into that.
You're into that? So is that a kind of thing you ever listen to?
I have been. I don't know if we talked. I don't think we talked about what I've been listening to, but I listen to a lot of like early 60s and 70s Middle Eastern psych music and like Russian
so
psych.
Yeah,
oh, this shit's fucking right down. It reminds me of this band Daka Baka from it's like kind of like it's jazz, but it's like it's just on this like fringe where you can't really like pinpoint it, and it's...
So we'll dig down, because the funny thing about this is one of those genres where you can exactly pinpoint it because it is a genre that has a single band origin. So there's an article on Bandcamp today about Zeuhl, which is
I was just
okay, that makes perfect fucking sense. Yeah, okay, that makes okay.
It's the prog offshoot that starts and ends with Magma. Well, it doesn't end with Magma because a bunch of bands came after Magma in France and then in the rest of the Europe and in other parts of the world since Magma first came out. But that crazy blend of rock and jazz, Magma, the dude invented his own language and mythology, and all the songs are like written. Zeuhl is a word, is a key concept from his like language and mythology. So all the bands that come in the wake that would be considered Zeuhl bands sort of take all the musical elements, but then also kind of the weird storytelling and obviously you can see this is not a song, this is a this is 9 movements of something.
It looks like the record label is even based around that. It's called Soul and Zeuhl, I think. I have horrible eyes. Oh man, that's a cool album cover.
Yeah, isn't that album cover sick? Yeah, so I would 100% keep listening to that.
Oh yeah,
same. I am like, this is the first one I'm writing down right now.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm like, fuck, dude. Hold on.
Yeah, and I think these people all, like relocated to LA from other places, if I remember correctly in the article.
Did they? Oh, this is from an artitle. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, did they send you this?
Glockenspiel. Saxophone, synths, organs.
They have to be from Europe, bro. There's no way they're not from Europe.
No.
I love this.
No one's actually from LA. There's only like 10 people who live in LA who were born here.
I think they were from Texas. I think some of them were from Texas. I think there were a few, but they were. So let's listen to how the album starts, actually.
Yeah, I'm definitely curious about that. And it's interesting. It's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
And I'm sure if we knew what those words meant, we would.
Yeah, probably.
I know what
Dude,
I'm
I
gonna listen
am
to
like
when I go
so
to sleep.
sold on this fucking band already. Yeah, I just want to go on a long ass drive and fucking listen to this band. I want to
yeah,
just like drive a
completely.
windy mountain road and smoke a joint and just fucking chill and listen to this band and
Yeah,
not stop
sounds
driving
great.
until I'm done.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome.
All
Very
right,
excited
world.
about that. That's what I was hoping was gonna happen. I was hoping. I assumed it was gonna be a couple bands I wasn't that into, but I was like hoping there's gonna be a band that I was like,
Just one.
this is
Yeah.
the point of this show. Yeah.
So far, there has been at least one in every episode.
Yeah. Oh man.
All right, so we got one last final piece of submitted music.
I've definitely had a few this episode.
Yeah, this is a band called Waxen
That's some
Hand.
scary shit, man.
And let me share it so Andrew can see it.
Yeah, let me see.
Hand.
I love your reaction already.
Damn, yeah.
So.
That's like some Slender Man shit.
It is.
Oh fuck. Let me see. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
This is gonna be
It's very like it looks noisy. I don't know. I haven't read anything yet, but it looks noisy.
All right. The song is called Frightful Maw, and it is 2 minutes and 8 seconds long.
I like that's a good
okay.
length.
It's
I like
noisy.
either long or really
we go.
concise and short.
Yep.
It's gonna hurt.
I
Yeah.
wish they had a vocalist.
Oh my God.
So bad.
I
Hit me
said-
up, dude, or
Alright.
hit him up. Like
Yeah.
either of us, both of us, we'll do
Not
it,
me.
dude.
Both,
It's
both of
so
you guys.
ripe. It's so ripe for just like yow, like fucking belting ass punk singer, dude. It needs it. It's so
Yeah.
sick. The riffs are awesome. Like I love it. Otherwise,
This is
it
the
just
one
needs
you were
vocals.
this is the one you were thinking of, JD. Debut release
Is this the
from
one?
Vinny Guidera's instrumental side metal project, recorded in
okay.
quarantine, June-July 2020.
Nice.
So this is a one-man project. So yeah,
if he's
From
watching this,
Sacramento.
I'll record vocals over it, like in
Yeah.
in my room, like in my like office right now, dude. Like
I
hit
think
me
he-
up.
I think he knows Jake from Chrome Ghost. I think that's how he ended up
oh yeah,
submitting.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hit Andrew up, man. He'll lay some sick
I'll
vocals
fucking
down.
scream I'll scream hard over it, dude. I
This
love
is-
it.
I
I
dig
love the
this.
riffs, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, no, the riffs
I
are
hope
good.
he's watching this. Whoever this mysterious spray paint figure
Vinny Guidera.
Guidera.
is.
Vinny
Yeah,
Guidera.
hit me
come
up,
on.
dude.
We
Hit
should
me
check
up.
out. We should check out Vinny Guidera and the Dead Birds.
Is that his?
Is
other
that
band?
his?
band.
Oh yeah, let's do
Okay.
it, bro. Let's take
Where's
that.
that?
Let's
Let's-
take that trip.
Let's,
Maybe he has
see
a
if we can
vocalist.
hear Vinny sing.
This is the kind of live action you get
Yeah.
here, folks.
Live action.
This is happening right now, dude. Look at him typing it in.
Or they're not on Bandcamp.
Oh man.
there.
Spotify- Oh, there you
There
are.
you go. Vinny Guidera and the
So a
Dead
bunch of
Birds.
live
Sacramento,
from the
man.
three
There's
houses.
there's it's not a lot of bands, but a lot of good bands come out of Sacramento. It's not.
Wanna
There's a lot of
live
good
or
bands.
let's hear some studio. I want to hear
Yeah,
studio.
let's hear some studio.
Dark street in a deep black pit of naked chest. Wrong time for a favor or an excuse. Anomaly. Anomaly.
I like
kind of a little more indie than the.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he
kind of remind me
definitely-
of Rocky Votolato.
Yeah.
Like his inflection on his voice a little
So
bit.
if that's Vinny's singing voice, I can see why he didn't want to sing that over.
Yeah.
Again, hit me up, dude. I will fucking scream over your fucking punk riffs
But
and
I
let
like
you
both
sing
of
pretty.
these.
I like this a
I'm
lot
gonna
too,
check
honestly.
out more of this too.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
and
I
look
was
forward to-
I was equally into it, man. It was
Yeah.
a cool and very much different vibe.
Yeah.
What do
totally.
they? How do they describe themselves on here?
There is no description,
they
which
don't.
I actually kind of appreciate.
I do too. Yeah, I hate having to describe my
No,
own music.
yeah, we've
yeah.
talked about that. It's like one of those necessary evil things. And, you know, and there's some good to it. We talked with Susie, like if you say Doom and then you see a song that's 9 minutes long, you kind of know like, all right, I know what I'm getting here, and you're in or you're out for that kind of stuff.
Right. Yeah. It does help.
It kind of sets the expectations, but it is so hard because all of us are synthesizing. There are bands that do the genre thing, but for the most part, bands are integrating genres. All of our influence are sort of coming out, and sometimes you may choose to focus on one influence over another, but it's still. I've never written or recorded a song that was a single genre.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of. I don't know. Especially with rock and roll based music and metal and punk and stuff, it's like, all right, those genres specifically have been around for a very long time now. So it's like, we need to like change it up.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you like add 1,000 genre tags, like people aren't gonna listen. Yeah, we're jazz, punk, fucking, indigo, fucking Indian Bollywood music. Like, we're really, all over the place. Like, so I hate that shit. So it's just like,
yeah, there's only a few bands that can actually pull that off, and some of those bands I love.
What's your favorite Bali metal band?
Oh,
Bali metal. I like that. They're out there. There's got to be some. Hit us up, dude. They need to set. That's what you need in the next Blynd Submyshynz. Some Bollywood metal, dude.
There's a dope drummer.
fuck with
I
that.
forget what his name is. Anoop Sastry, and he records drums and then like programs music to go along with it. But the dude is a wicked drummer, and anyone who has come up in the kind of Indian drumming theory just has a complete different sensibility on a kit than a Western trained drummer. Indian drumming is fucking fascinating.
It's so sick. Dude. Ohm has all that kind of those polyrhythms and shit. I love that stuff, man.
Yeah.
I like really. There's so much like room for that in like metal and psych. Like I wish more people would take it, like absorb it, but it's kind of hard to do. I think that's probably why you don't hear it as much.
yeah,
It's kind of hard to do. It's not like you just do it, bro. Like it's like a whole. You gotta like
Just learn a
unlearn
whole
everything
new
you've
genre
learned
of
as a
music.
drummer. Yeah.
Yep. All right, so we have now finally come to the last segment, which is to talk a little bit about your record that just came out on the 25th, I think it was.
Yeah. Like, just like a
second
week
full
or
length?
something ago. Third
full length.
Yeah, we did one our self-titled on in 2016 on Argonauta.
That's right. And then the Good Fortune Dark Matters was Magnetic Eye.
Yeah, Magnetic Eye, and then Sony did all the vinyl.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And now Heavy Psych. So this is the life of an underground DIY musician, just chasing.
Topping around.
Jumping between labels.
Yeah, who wants to
We've
help?
we've never felt at home until we've been on Heavy Psych, to be honest.
That's good. That's good. Well, it's good that you feel that way now. I hadn't heard you say that yet, but that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so I asked Andrew. He said to play some of Chained, which I will do, but then I'm going to throw a little curveball in and play a little bit of my favorite track.
Sweet. I was hoping you'd do that. I only put that one because everyone said it was the catchiest, so I was like, all right.
Yeah. So I mean, you kind of mentioned a little bit about distilling, like getting a little bit clearer picture of writing songs and kind of cleaning things up a little bit from a songwriting and structure standpoint. And in the last album and this one, I can see the clearer progression. Live, it's still fun when you take like a crazy 10-minute psych break and go fucking nuts. And even on record, sometimes those are good, but these are really nice, crisp songs.
Thanks, man. We kind of wanted to do like an anti-doom, like doom album.
Yeah.
Well, the cover is a good start.
Yeah.
Yeah, that has been a huge thing for people. Like some people are mad about it.
I know. I saw some comments.
Yeah, and people
Really?
were like, "What the fuck is this?" And we're
What's
like,
with this
"It's
cover?"
working. Yeah, I don't care."
Yeah.
Like the fact that you're mad about it means that it's exactly what we're going for.
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, doing like goofy ass like comic book art on the cover of our last record, that was like, that was definitely the same kind of bright colors and lots of different stuff. That's like, wait, what is this exactly?
Yeah,
What-
it doesn't all need to be skulls and like witches and shit, man.
No,
Like,
and I get that.
Yes, it does.
yes,
Has
it
to
does.
be.
I mean, it's funny. Heavy Psych has a shirt that says that, like a Heavy Psych shirt that says, "All I want on my shirt is skulls," and we always talk about, and it's like Heavy Psych Sounds that has skulls on it, and we're always talking about how like Doom is like 90% skull artwork.
It is. It's a lot of skulls. I mean, but you get the message, man. I see what's going on in the background behind you guys in that art. It's not hard to see where you're headed. All right, so this is Chained off of Psychosis Ritual, Mountain Tamer on Heavy Psych Sounds.
Sound like a radio DJ.
Practicing. So on the first few listens, I heard especially in the beginning, the bass, sounds like he's got an envelope filter on, and it sort of distracted me from the fretless. But you can totally hear it now. Now that I'm keyed in on it, I see exactly.
Now that you know it's there.
Now that I know it's
Yeah.
there, yeah. It's less obvious than in the last case where it was just like that straight up slidey. He's keeping it in a narrower range, but that's exactly the kind of thing that I think someone could figure out. I just had a hard time getting pedals and getting the tone dialed in to make sense, but
it took super long, and he was like really on the fence about using it because
Really?
Again, my buddy Rick, actually, me and him had this kind of thing we were doing where we would buy like dirt cheap guitars, and then we would like fix them up and mod them and sell them for like more money. And we bought a like $60 bass and like cleaned it up, and Dave's like, "That bass is tight, can you like saw off the frets essentially?" And we're like, okay. And then he got the fretless, and he kept bringing it to practice and trying to like work it in, and it took him so long, and then eventually he managed to make it work in that song, and now it like feels weird without it.
yeah, no, it sounds great. So I stopped the share. I don't know why I did that, because I'm going to play a little bit of the song that grabbed me right away, and that I think really crystallizes what you just said about kind of the anti-Doom album. And that is, you want to guess?
I'm like trying, and I can't think of it because you have such a like wide range of like tastes. I really have no idea, to be honest.
It's Warlock.
Okay.
It's a
All
strong as fuck track too.
It's my favorite.
Also.
I think it's the most solid recording on the album too.
I would have had a hard time not leading off or closing with this. Album song order is so hard to figure out. But all right, let's just listen.
echo on the vocals right there.
It's great. And I actually have to give Bobby some props on the production side, because you listen to his catalog, his production catalog doesn't have a lot of stuff that heavy. He managed that. Speaking of overdriven fuzz, he managed that guitar tone really well. It's hard to capture that in a studio, man.
I really like the double kick drum.
Yeah, it's not loud enough if you ask me. I think it should be way fucking higher in the mix. Oh my god, Casey's like even more anti double kick. Our drummer, he fucking hates double kick. Anytime he's like not into metal at all though. Like me and Dave are real into metal and punk and stuff, but Casey's like always been into just like rock and roll and like psych and shit, and like hip hop too, which is I think kind of adds to our dynamic.
Yeah,
because he never goes there. He never goes there, and I kind of like that about it. Keeps us humbled a little bit in the.
It would be fun actually to pull a little bit more. Is there a way to pull some of that hip hop influence into more?
We're working on it right now.
Okay,
as funny you should ask. We're working on it. We were working on some stuff today. He got an electronic drum kit recently, and we're working on. We're trying to bring in at least one of the pads to work on samples and like unusual sounds to work in the percussion. To like kind of like blend the two, because I like that's like we were talking about it today. We just had practice today, and we were just like, all right, where do we go from here? Yeah. Like what's the future looking like? Like we're not playing shows anytime soon. People are gonna want content. Yeah. You know, like how are we gonna make something interesting? And we were talking, and we were like, yeah, I think like trying to like blend some of our more like far off influences from our doom psych genres, like that were like stapled in.
Experiment. Why the fuck not?
Yeah, I mean, exactly.
let's add some sick riffs to some Zeuhl-esque
music. Yeah, exactly, bro. Yeah,
it's hard to play though, man.
Yeah, it's not super easy. Yeah, I'd like to see people kind of challenge themselves more too in the genre, because I think it's easy to like pigeonhole yourself.
Yep. And
like kind of it can get stale. I mean, there's always bands that kind of like break it, but like I don't know. I think we're kind of in this like time where like everyone has a lot of time right now. Even if you are working, you have way more time than you used to. And like on top of that, you can also like she's bringing me another beer actually. My very lovely girlfriend. Nice. Yeah, she's great. I texted her earlier. I was like, can you bring me a beer?
And what are you drinking?
I'm drinking it's called the Honey Hips. It's a kind of like a Belgian style ale, but there's a little bit of honey and clover, and it's real good stuff. I'm kind of trying to Latitude 33.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like San Diego brewery.
Nice.
Yeah,
we may or may not like beer.
I know that you like beer, Jeff, because I've drank beer with you many times. Good beer too. I've talked to you about good beer.
I like a beer.
Yeah, I like good beer. That's one of my things. One of my outside of music passions. I do appreciate craft beer a lot. My brother works for a craft brewery. He's yeah, it's called Brewery West.
Oh yeah, I know them.
God, they do great shows.
Yeah, Sleep fucking played there.
Yeah.
Fucking Sleep, dude. It was crazy. Yeah. I work there periodically actually, but
oh really?
Yeah, they're cool, man. They put on really cool shows, and like they hire like graffiti artists to do all their logos and shit. It's that's what I love about craft brewing though, is like it's way more about the culture than it is actually about the beer.
Yeah.
It's like we're more about the brewery and like the brand and like who they have involved than it is about what they do.
Completely.
Yeah.
Sick. Well, awesome. I'm glad we got to sit down and chat with you, listen to some music, found some weird shit. I'm excited to go back and listen to to some more of that Zeuhl.
Finish off the Isosceles project.
Yeah.
That's what it was. I was like, there was
a second.
CORIMA and the Isosceles project. We're like and what was that other guy?
They'll all be in the episode
Yeah.
description.
Okay. Just
I'll have links.
you know, do the
Stars don't
whole
remember
hyperlink thing. Yeah.
Ask me something I listened to 20 minutes ago? Come on.
I can't remember. Yeah,
We've
way
talked about
too
a lot
long
of shit
ago.
since then.
Way too long ago.
Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome. Well, I guess that's probably it for us today. Thanks for your time, man.
Yeah.
This should be posted up tomorrow.
That was great.
It was
Sweet, man.
good seeing you. Good talking to you. Hopefully soon we can see each other in person, play
Yeah.
shows, go to shows, not have tours canceled.
Yeah, that'd be nice, man.
One of these days, it would be great.
I'm sure you'll be one of the first people I play with, honestly.
Seems like it ends up that way.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I look forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, man. Well, hey, say goodbye to your cat for us too.
Oh yeah, I will. All right,
Good
thank
night,
you guys.
Cholo.
I'll send.
All right.
Hey, I'll send you that. I'll send you that audio from this recording in like 20 minutes.
Perfect.
All right.
All right.
See ya.
All right. Well, that was another fine episode. Hopefully.
So fun.
So we think now that it's over. Wait till I go back and listen to it. A fun little thing to finish things off here. We
got a sponsor?
No, we don't have a sponsor since no one's sponsoring us. But our good friend Francis from Old Man Wizard and King Gorm and wrote some theme music for us. You heard a little bit of it at the very beginning of the episode.
Thank you, Francis.
Thank you. And as we get better at this, he's recorded some stingers and some segment themes, so we will have more music to play. But we're going to play out with a little bit of the full theme song that he wrote. So here we go again, Francis Roberts.
Thanks for joining us for another week of Blynd Submyshynz. See episode description for links to all the artists discussed in this episode and visit their sites to support them directly by buying music and merch. Share links to the podcast or YouTube videos with your friends, especially if they're in bands. Bands, if you want us to listen to your music on a future episode, please submit one song to blyndsub@gmail.com. That's BLYNDSUB@gmail.com. Band links preferred, Bandcamp links preferred, but not required. Find us on social media at Blynd Submyshynz. Full episodes are available on YouTube. Remember, we go in blind,
So you don't have to.
Blynd Submyshynz.